Hi all, my name's Bella and I'm the creator behind Craft by Bella store. Today I'm coming to you with the second episode of the Craft by Bella podcast. Today I've actually got quite a few finished objects, which is surprising. I've also got a whip and some spinning, so I hope you enjoy. So we'll start off with finished objects. My first finished object is the Shanti hat I was working on last time. So I was up here at the safety pin because I don't have any stitch markers when I last filmed, and obviously I finished it now. This was made with a 4.5mm hook and some handspun I got at a local market, and I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. So my second finished object is a pair of gloves. So these gloves are made with Shiloh wool in the Silky wool base, which I believe is 100% wool. Yep. In the colourway Denim and Lace. And it's just a pair of half finger gloves, which I worked in a 3.5 for the ribbing and then a 4mm hook for the hand. I really like this pattern, it's one of my favourites, and as you'll probably see into the future I regularly make it. But this is my second finished object and this is the leftover yarn I have from that. And then my third finished object is the one I'm most excited about. It's the beginner's Fisherman Rib Scarf, and it's massive. So this is it doubled over. Oh god. But as you can tell, it's rather big. So I used Caron Swirl cakes in the colourway Gold Fusion for this, and 8mm needles, and this is, sorry I just bumped the camera, this is my leftover yarn. I used 2 cakes for this, but it ended up being about 1.5 cakes that actually went into the scarf, and that's the leftovers. So I actually only have one work in progress today because I've been working really hard on the Fisherman Rib Scarf, which I only finished earlier today, so I'm really glad that I've got that off the needles. But my work in progress is being housed in this project bag that I got from one of the markets I attend, and it is the basic crochet socks with heel flap. So I've been working this up in a 3mm hook, and it's actually a half finished object because I've got the first one done. So last time I filmed I was back here at the gusset, and now I'm done. I'm not going to put it on a sock blocker though because I haven't actually seen the end or woven in the ends yet, so, but it's done. So I'm happy about that, and I've only just started the second sock, and by only just started I mean I have an inch of ribbing. But this is the yarn I've been using. It is Shiloh wool in the colourway Bridgewater Blues on her sock base, which is 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon, and I'm really happy with how this has been working up. So I've got a few spinning things to show you. So I've got 2 finished spins and 1 half finished spin. So this one's the first one. It's a 2-ply, about 100 grams. It was a roving I got from the Spinners and Weavers Guild, and the content is wool, alpaca and silk. I'm quite happy with how this has turned out. It's a bit chunky in places, but that's okay. Yeah, just really like the colours in this one. And then the second one I have is this. It's another 2-ply, about 40 grams, and it was a Merino roving in the colourway Lilly. Not quite sure who the dyer is because I got it from the textile market down in Noarlunga last weekend, and they didn't list who had actually dyed it, just the colourway, but I'm really happy with the contrast through there. Some darker colours and some brighter colours. It's just really beautiful. And then my last spin is from the textile market again at the same place. The colourway of this Roving is Ironbank, and this is the first single of the 2-ply. There's some more greys under there, but obviously it's on the bobbin and you can't see that, but really gorgeous tones through there. I think it's going to be a really nice neutral spin, and I'm hoping to get that done soon. So I've also got some incoming goodies that I got last weekend at the textile market down in Noarlunga. I've got a bag full of fibre to spin, which I don't have here with me. It's in the other room. But here I have a hank of yarn that I got from Pearl and Friends, who was vending there. So it's these gorgeous pinks and purples with grey and green undertones. It is Luxury Fibre Spates yarn. Hope I said that right. It's the 4-ply base, which is 100% superwash merino in the colour Tweed Imps. I just think this is really gorgeous and I really couldn't walk past it, so I bought it. Wasn't really supposed to spend any more money on yarn after Fibre Feast. That's okay. I also got a few cross-stitch patterns from Carnelian Craft. I got these sassy bookmark patterns, which I'm going to make up for my sister who loves reading books. And I just think that sums up her attitude towards people when she's reading books. And I also got this butterfly pattern, which I just really loved, and I thought there was no harm in getting a few cross-stitch patterns. So those are my incoming goodies. So I thought I'd quickly go through some shop news with you all. Last weekend I had a bit of a dye day. I managed to get through some of the orders I had outstanding, as well as dye up some of my sock base and my DK base. So the first thing I have to show you is a 50-20 sock set. It's this 20-gram mini in this yellow colour, and this 50-gram hank in this speckled purple colour. I really like how these two work together, but I'm curious to see what you guys think, so please let me know down in the comments below. Then I also got to dye up some of my regular colourways on my DK base. So we have Sunrays, Berry Picking, and Seagrass. And then with my last dye lot of the DK base, I decided to have a bit of a play around and created a one-of-a-kind colourway. So I've got this speckled colourway, which is literally just a bunch of my dyes speckled in together. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of this colourway, because I'm quite happy with it, but again, some people might not like it. But that's one of a kind I created. So those will all be available at my upcoming markets, which are My Law tomorrow, the 4th of July, Oakbank on the 10th of July, and Yankalilla on the 17th of July. And then if they don't sell, I'll be listing them on my Etsy shop at the end of the month. And yeah, that's pretty much all the shop news. So I'll just quickly have a bit of a chat about some life stuff. Last weekend I went down to the Textiles market in Noarlunga with my family. I had a really great time down there. There were a lot of like-minded people down there, which is really nice, and just enjoyed having a chat to some people. It's also just recently been the end of term, so yesterday was the end of term 2 for me. I'm in year 11, so I've now got 2 weeks of holidays, and I'm hoping to smash out some work on more of my textile stuff during that time, and obviously have a bit of relax. But yeah, it's going to be nice to have a bit of a break from the schoolwork. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I'm hoping to put another episode out in about 2 weeks' time at the end of the school holidays, when I'll probably have worked on my projects a bit more and have a bit more to show you. I'd love to hear what you're working on down in the comments section below. I'd also like to say thank you to my first few subscribers. I really hope the content I'm putting out is interesting and you're enjoying it, and I'd love to hear any feedback you have below. All of my show notes will be in the description box, as well as links to any shops that I've mentioned and links to my social media. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have a good week or two until I next see you.